many brands that are looking to come to India. And when I ask them, tell me a little bit about your brand in your home country, and they say, well, we've done well. We've opened 2 stores. And I invariably tell them, what I would suggest you do is at least put another digit on the end of that before you start even looking at international business, because you've got to have proven the concept of your business model in your local market and built what I call solid foundations. And it's one of the questions I'm going to ask our panel, how they would define what a solid foundation is. Because until you put down depth, you can't build above. It's a principle in construction, isn't it? The height of the building is determined by the depth of the foundation. So when you are looking at going international, you want to know that you've got a solid foundation. You've got your feet firmly rooted on the ground here in your core business here in India. The second question I would ask is, do you have the bandwidth in financial and human resources to devote to global expansion? International expansion is invariably not cheap. Do you have funds parked aside to say that I've allocated funds specifically for the strategy I have of developing my brand internationally? And secondly, do I have human resources? Not the people that I can afford to go over and launch my brand, but my cream of the crop to go over and launch my brand in a new market. The third question I have you documented your business operating systems? And I've been listening to the speakers this morning, and this is a consistent theme. Have I got business operating systems that are replicatable? Let me say that again. Have you got business operating systems that are replicatable? Replicatable in India, replicatable in another country, replicatable by someone other than you, where someone can come in and take your business and with your guidance make a success of it in another culture. Fourthly, does your executive management have time to devote to international expansion? Have they got the headspace? Or are they so consumed in the local business in your home market that it's an afterthought? Oh yes, that's right, we're opening in that market. Because it's of an afterthought of your executive management, your strategic leadership in your business, then you will struggle in the new market. Fifthly, can you support an international market? Forget about entering. What about the support that you need to provide to a new market? It doesn't stop when you get the check. It doesn't stop when you open your first unit. In fact, it should ramp up as your brand expands internationally. And the last question I'd ask here is, are you led by strategy or are you led by opportunity? And I'll explain what I mean here. You may have a good brand here, and someone comes into your great restaurant here in Delhi and says, this food is fantastic. I want to take it back to my home country of Mauritius. So he approaches you and says, I love your food. And all of a sudden you're excited. Someone likes my food, likes my brand, and wants to take my brand back to his home country. That to me is an opportunity. And I'm not saying that opportunities aren't bad, but what I would prefer you to consider is, how should you strategically develop your brand?